people are disappointing me. Welcome back to our second set. Mr. Ray Butcher on trumpet. Kate Luxmore on bass clarinet and clarinet. Ruben Reynolds on guitar. Wonderful Tom Ford on bass. Marcus Copeland on drums. We're going to carry on with our second set of the Yoruba Sonnet featuring Dr. Olu Taiwo. Thank you.
after another, one at a time. One after another, we eat groundnut. One after another, one at a time. One after another, we eat and drink. Individually, we consume fertile winged termites. What we inherit through Ori, our potential destinies, is made apparent to Ori. What we inherit through Ori, our perception of destinies, is made apparent to Ori. Within the form, the active perception of our potential destinies, our inheritance is made apparent within the womb of this beautiful princess, this colossal city. The reason being, the city's rulers wanted to give a sacred present to a particular individual. The glorious phallus. The individual in question requested divination before negotiating the procreative conflict along the path towards the womb, this colossal city. Wrestling with pleasure, struggling with bliss, fighting with love, culminating in liquid soothings, thus creating a family settlement with a son. Wrestling with pleasure, struggling with bliss, fighting with love, thus creating a family settlement with a daughter. They conceived and created many forms in the night and day through the conceptual twin of form and activity, creating living beings, all gifts that arrived from an innocent, toothless city. Within the sacred package that, drawn from the vacuum that arrived of thus, lay the beautiful, innocent gift of an innocent child. Beautiful, innocent, living child. A proudly carved statue of a young bride cannot swing around to see its own arms. An ancient, colossal statue depicting an image of an important ancestor cannot prostrate for living elders. Whether beautiful or handsome, if a person is too attractive as to stun the viewer, they will be compared to a tree in the sacred forest. They will be objectified, compared to a sacred carving. Form and activity manifested as Olokun, Lord of the Sea, requested divination to obtain the root cause of wealth, to assume responsibility for the deep oceanic waters. Form and activity manifesting as bitter leaf, requested divination to find the root cause of health and healing, to assume responsibility for all shrubs and herbs. Form and activity manifesting as finely woven traditional cloth, requested divination to be the veil, the holistic veil between the worlds, to assume responsibility for all woven cloths. Form and activity manifested as the firstborn, requested divination to be aware and successful, to assume responsibility when leading groups of people. They were asked to sacrifice all unnecessary distractions, particularly paying attention to the ritual configurations in their performances. They performed awareness through meditation, poetry, rhythm, art, dance, music, all with the expressed intentions to sacrifice unnecessary distractions. Olokun assumed responsibility for the deep oceanic waters. All rivers from the deep emerged, came to serve. Bitter Leaf assumed responsibility for all shrubs and herbs. All vegetation and plants quickly came to serve. Finely woven traditional cloth assumed responsibility for all woven cloths. All material fabric that veils the world quickly came to serve. The firstborn assumed responsibility when leading groups of people. Individuals from far and wide quickly came to serve.
Adífá fún ohun tó rí àti èyí tí ò rí nítorí pé kí ni ògo ńlá kì í jagun kó fara pa ẹ̀yin ṣeun ẹ gbọ́ ẹ sì wá ire yín á rojú ọ̀rọ̀ yín á sì dayọ̀ ẹ̀yin ò ní fara pa o ẹ ṣeun. Dr. Olu Taiwo. I need to say something. It's very, very important that this section, you understand this section. We've been reciting from the Odu of Ifa. What is Odu of Ifa? I think they're doing question and answer later on. So I might be able to explain that. But you see, the Odu of Ifa is recited by the priest, the monk of the Yoruba academic scholars. And, but without women in the caucus of those men, nothing happened. Nothing. And it's, women is very, very important in the gathering of those men. The Chapter 15 of the major Odu of Ifa, which is Oshemeji, is given to the priestess of Oshun, who's the female that Eshu Odara happened to land the 16 cowrie shells that is only for the Olorisha, the women that diviner. So here at this junction, we're going to feature the only women in the band, a wonderful Kate Luxmore. And Olu and Kate Luxmore, we meet where English and Yoruba culture can meet. But it is a poetry about death to avert individual. But the song is death didn't avert the character. So it's opposite of yin and yang. Listen and you will find it. Thank you. This is Jody. Thank you. Featuring Kate Luxmore. Thank you.
and plead for my Geordie. And when she came into the court, she saw her dearest Geordie. He said, "My dear, you have come too late. I am condemned already."
One after another, one at a time. One after another, we eat ground nut. One after another, one at a time. One after another, we eat and drink. Now, the form and activity manifesting as death forgetting requested divination like the descendants of a bold, naked dog, hoping and looking to grow hair. They were asked to sacrifice all unnecessary distractions to avert and deflect death.
Geordie looked round the court, saw his dearest Polly. He said, "My dear, you have come too late. I am condemned already." The judge, he looked down on him. He said, "I'm sorry for thee. 'Tis thine own confession hath hanged thee. May the Lord have mercy upon thee."
They prepared, configured, and performed ritual configurations in order to sacrifice unnecessary distractions. Death overlooked this hour today, this hour called death forgetting. When a farmer who's been farming for a long time, after clearing, he must not overlook a single grain or a whole leaf. Disease will overlook this hour today, this hour called death forgetting. When a farmer who's been farming for a long time, after clearing, he must not overlook the presence of a single grain or a whole leaf. Unseen, malevolent forces will overlook this hour today, this hour called death forgetting. When a farmer who's been farming for a long time, after clearing, he must not overlook a single grain or a whole leaf.
I shall.
May Charlie hang in golden chains. His crimes were never many. He stole 16 of the king's white steeds and sold them in Bohemia. I wish I was in yonder grove, where times I have been many. With my broadsword and my pistol too, I'd fight for the life of Geordie.
One after another, one at a time, the active form of a rich individual's heritage went to the celestial Taiwo to consult Ifa. In royal succession, the active form of a wealthy bloodline of aristocrats went to the celestial Taiwo to consult Ifa. A person blessed with child went to the celestial Taiwo to consult Ifa. Hey, now, the active form of the rich individual's heritage died before manifesting on earth. His riches and money cast adrift. The active form of a wealthy bloodline of an aristocrat died before manifesting on earth. His money destroyed and inheritance scattered. Isn't it plain to see that the potential thread of our human destiny, our DNA, lies in the persons blessed with children? This is the true potential that will not perish.
Come forward on bass, come fit.
One after another, one at a time. One after another, we eat ground nuts. One after another, one at a time. One after another, we eat and drink. One after another, one at a time. Each leaf on each tree in the Awo called forest were moaning because they felt that they had no ears. Separately and in sequence, the apex of the Awo called mountain requested divination on behalf of all mountains. They were moaning because they had no feet. One after another, one at a time. One after another, we eat ground nut. One after another, one at a time. One after another, we eat and drink. If the people in the world really wanted to go on a sacred journey, they would say, let us go down the slipstream in the middle of the river. After eating ground nut, we shake the fragments of the inner shell from our hands onto a plate. Form and activity manifesting as sand by the sea. Requested divination from Ifa to prevent water from stealing its granular inheritance sacrificed unnecessary distractions in order to prevent water from sweeping away its material existence. But wait. The form and activity in water too must sacrifice. Indeed, the form and activity in water successfully completed its sacrifice. So water was moderately permitted to carry sand away. Water has no hands, water has no feet, but water was permitted to moderately carry sand away. Water has no hands, water has no feet, but water was permitted to moderately carry sand away. Soberly, water carried sand away. Water has no hands, water has no feet. Soberly, water carried sand away. Water has no hands, water has no feet. Soberly, water carried sand away. Water has no hands, water has no feet.
Dr. Olu Taiwo.
Now, this is the last number. I beg, don't waste your time debating with your head whether you want to dance or not. There is no time. So, I will give you permission. Get up and dance. This is the time, because you can't wait any longer. Yes. Hey. It is from the mighty teak. It is from the roots that we feed the mighty African teak. The Iroko tree. The apex of the Iroko is supported and supports the whole. Form and activity in Ejiogbe requested divination to have their ritual honors accepted in heaven. And the people of heaven, divine beings, it is from our ritual honors that we show our graceful face. Hey, hey.
Professor Rajida, thank you. Languages, thank you very much. Wolfson College, thank you. Yoruba Contemporary Scores, thank you very much. On behalf of Ray Butcher on trumpet, Kate Luxmore on clarinet and bass clarinet, Ruben Reynolds on guitar, Tom Ford on bass, Marcus Copeland on drums, Dr. Olu Taiwo, our spoken word artist and poet. Follow us on Twitter, Yoruba Sonnets. We are in Kent. No, we are in South. part of the Salisbury International Festival. St. Mary's, that's on the February 22nd, 23rd. St. Mary and St. March 2nd. We finished the tour in London at the Vultures Jazz Club. Tell your friend and come down. Thank you very much and good night.
And also, can you put your hands together for our Grammy Award, double Grammy Award percussionist, Lekan Babalola. Hey.
Thank you very much.